Hello guys, this is Sonny from Sync to Win, and here I am with my updated Revenger's deck profile. Still I am using Clodus. I don't have the Great Sea Searcher, and sometimes even if you can't use this guy's ability, if you have to stick with him, then he can be sacrificed for Raging Form. This is the only plus that it has over the Great Sea Searcher. And now he has Drag Ruler sleeves. So yeah. Counter Blast 1, get Blaster Dark. Usually the only time when I use him is when I lack attackers or Dorins are here, so basically it's a break even. And that's mainly how I use him. So he's useful, but he doesn't help you if you don't have great freeze in the end. So yeah. Then I am using 4 heal triggers, pretty much basic because really all decks use 4 heal triggers most of the time. But yeah, it's good to get your healing action, and even if you can't heal, it's a 5k plus. Then we have 4 draw triggers. I think it's pretty standard in every Revenger deck nowadays, and everything is a Revenger in the deck except 1 card. So basically everything can be sacrificed for Raging Form Dragons, withstanding Limit Break. Then we have 4 Grim Revenger and 4 Airstrike Dragon critical triggers, basically so you can crit the opponent to death. That's the only thing, and really I don't think there's another version of Raging Form Dragon build unless they run more draw triggers, but these are all the Revenger triggers except the stand triggers, but I think stand triggers are better with Drag Ruler. Then I have 4 Perfect Guards, all of them the Revenger version. Basically you want to guard against high hitting numbers and all those stuff, so basically this helps you protect you, and sometimes if you have to call it rear guard you can sacrifice it or attack stuff like Glory Maelstrom, because against Glory Maelstrom these cards are useless, but they are still 6k boosters, so you can hit your opponent and sacrifice them for Raging Form Dragons with Break. Then we have 4 Dorint. Basically he's here to be the unflipper for Blaster Dark, so you can have more counter blast, because as usual Paladin decks are usually counter blast heavy, and Shadow Paladin is no exception to that. So with this card you can have much more counter blast at the ready if you get your Blaster Darks off. Then we have 4 7k 10k attacker. I think this is pretty standard nowadays. Basically it's a 10k attacker in the front row, so if you have a 6k boosting it or a 7k, then it hits not crossfire, it hits 11k Vanguards and 12k Vanguards for 10 to block, so it's pretty good. And it's really good for early game rush as well. Then we have 1 Dylan. Basically he is the special booster for Raging Form. I tagged in 1. I don't like the Darkbone Trumpeter because it decreases your grade 0s, and I don't run any extra grade 0s. So yeah, sometimes he helped me win the game. For example, when I didn't break right and I got him behind Raging Form, hitting for 22k plus the potential 25k is really good with this card, because you activate his Soul Blast, 11k booster, and Raging Form Dragon's Counter Blast, 25k against a 10k Vanguard. That's godly. Then I put in 1 Rugos. Basically you gotta run Psycho Smile Rugos, he looks amazing. And also I just put in 1 because occasionally if you ride him or if you get great stuck, you can ride him over, so you can change the guarding numbers, but usually I think he's good, a situational card, but sometimes he can save the game. Then we have 4 12k attackers. Transient Revenger, Nullity Revenger Masquerade, 12k attacker, always good, hits basically everything. Put a 6k behind it or 7k, and then it hits all those annoying cross sides as well. So it's a win-win card. I don't see a reason why you wouldn't run 4 in Revengers especially. Then we have one Nemen here. Basically, there were many times when this card saved me the game. For example, when I had crappy hands, great stock and other stuff, call her to rearguard, counter best one, throw out a card from your hand, usually a trigger in this meta, because previously you could throw out grade 3s, but now because grade 3s are really important due to break riding, I usually throw out a trigger, get 2 new cards. It can usually save the game, unless you are unlucky and then you draw 2 triggers with her. And also she's in because she's the SP of the deck, because every deck has to have an SP. Am I right? So yep. And then we have 3 Tartu. I am only running 3 because Counter Blast 2 is already heavy, and because you can get her with Mordred, and usually I always get at least one of her out in every game. So Counter Blast 2, I usually call out a Dorint or the 7k attacker, and for this for unflipping and this for attacking. For example, if I know that I have to intercept with her, and then next turn this guy can move up to the front, maybe put something else behind it to boost it, and then it can hit your opponent. So really I'm only running 3 because it's a heavy cost, and if you count that you have to break ride, you have to Blaster Dark Revenger and also use her and potentially her, then you already used up all your counter blasts even with the Dorint. Then we have 3 Blaster Dark Revengers. Basically I'm only running 3 because I think 4 is too much. 3 is enough, and you can search him with this, with the break ride, so he will come out all the time, so you can do your unflip and other stuff as well. Occasionally you have to ride it, but you occasionally have to ride her too, so that argument is meh. And Blaster Dark Revenger, it's a really good card, retire. The only time I would put in an extra one from him is if I sack an SP version from the BT12, but as it is now I like the deck as it is, and yeah, the Nemen, I think it's good in it. I would probably take out the Rugos if I would pull an SP one, but right now as it is I am going to keep this version for now because it works out for me. Then we have 4 of the Break Ride Star, Mordred Phantom. I think one of the most consistent break rides. I really like it. Mordred Phantom is just that good. There's nothing that much about it. Basically, ride over him, counter blast 1, your new Vanguard gets 10k, and you can search a grade 2 or less. So basically your whole deck except Raging Form Dragon and himself. You can search it. I usually search any of these cards. Masquerade, so final turn push if I have a full field and no counter blasts. Her if I really need some more hand, or Tartu for field setup, and if I have lots of Dorins on the field I usually get him on flip 1, so basically he came out and it's a break even because of the unflip, and then retire something on the opponent's field. And also the extra 5k that the new card gets is nothing to sneeze at. I think it's really good. It's a really consistent break ride. I think this puts Shadow Paladin back on the map, which makes me really excited about the potential Legion, because if it's gonna be good, then it needs to be as good as this card. Otherwise, Shadow Paladin will be a much harder clan to use in the future. And then the star, Raging Form Dragon. I think he is a really good restanding Vanguard, especially in this meta. Basically, retire 3 Revengers for him after he attacked. He doesn't have to hit, so and then you have to have a copy in the hand, and then you rewrite it Persona Superior, write him, and then he will get 10k for that after the Persona Superior ride as well. So especially if you and then he has also another ability, counter blast 1, and he gets 3k. So if you are going for final turn, your opponent is a cross ride, then you can use this ability to hit for even higher numbers. And basically I think he's a really good card. I don't know if I will ever pick up any drag rulers. Maybe if I pull some in the sneak preview, then I will try them, but as of now I think he is probably the best Shadow Paladin card even after Drag Ruler comes out. I really like Restanding Vanguards since Spectral Duke, so I recommend this deck, especially since the new stuff is pushing his price down, so he is becoming more and more affordable. So yeah, I really recommend the deck. I think it's fun. If you want to, you can go ahead and try it out on Cardfight area. But if you have the money, I think pick it up. I really have fun with the deck. So thank you guys for watching. If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, as Edwin would say. And see you guys in the next video.